Calls case people versus Jade Latham. Lathan.
Case on behalf of the people.
Water Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Ms. Lathan. Ma'am, would you state your name for the record, please?
I'm not Ms. Lathan, I'm principal. I am J. Ruth Bay, card holder and principal of Jade Lathan.
Your Honor, I did attempt.
Mr. Overwater, while she's given that, is this the person that you know to be the individual named in the complaint? If not, we are going to have a problem, and I will have this person, since she got up here, taken into custody. We will do fingerprints and we will determine her identity by our standards. So we can do it one of two ways.
Judge, I don't question that she is physically the person that is alleged to have committed these offenses. What I do believe is that there is an issue as to competency.
For the record, I do not know this man, and I did send him a cease and desist to not represent me. However, thank you, Your Honor. I am the principal and card holder of Jade, Ruth, and Lathan, and beneficiary.
Very well. Mr. Overwater, you are on this case, so what do you wish?
Judge, I believe that at this point, the issue of competency needs to be raised. So I would ask for a competency evaluation. This matter be set over for a competency hearing.
I'm not
Pursuant
asking
to the
for
statute.
anything, and that's coming from the horse's mouth.
I'll need an order.
I did turn in my statement of fact so that there's more than the police record on the record. I have not harmed anyone, and the cameras will reflect that if we are to go that far. But I would like the motion to settle.
I don't know what that means.
Well, I want to settle because I'm the card holder in X relation to the principal, and I do not want to be
I have
mistaken.
no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, I yield.
Thank you. Forensic evaluation is ordered. I'll order a competency hearing. I'll set that competency hearing for Andy,
June 6th at 9 a.m.
June 6, 2024, 9 a.m.
6/2020.
At this time, bond will continue. Mr. Overwater, prepare the order, please.
I will do that, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Jade Lathan.
Image Ganatra for the people.
Kenneth Overwater, Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Ms. Lathan, who's approaching. Ms. Lathan, would you state your name for the record, please?
J. Ruth Bay, beneficiary of the principal.
Your Honor, I have spoken with Ms. Lathan several times. We reviewed some of the discovery. We are looking into some potential resolutions. I'd ask to adjourn the probable cause conference. I would ask for more than 2 weeks.
August 29th, 2024, 9 a.m. Bond continued. Yeah.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Versus Jade Lathan.
Kenneth Overwater, Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Ms. Lathan, who is approaching.
Your name, ma'am?
I'm J. Ruth Bay, the nationality of Moorish American, beneficiary of the principal Jade Lathan, and I'm making this special appearance at District 15, Michigan Court of Law under threat, duress, and coercion. I'm asking the prosecutor to dismiss this case on the grounds that there is no injured party. Plus, I have the right to a speedy trial, and this is the 5th time I've made an appearance for this in the case in the court of law since February 2024 for the arraignment. Since the arraignment, when the Ann Arbor Police Department apprehended me unlawfully and kidnapped me, forcing me to take fingerprinting and a mugshot when I'm not a criminal. Officers Morgan Parker 15400 and AA Condolis 02002 claimed I fit a so-called description and also violently attacked me and produced a false police report against my person. These officers falsely accused me of committing crimes that the tapes do not show me doing at all. These tapes do not show me doing at all any of the things that I'm being accused of, as I've never harmed another person in my life and certainly not an officer of the law. I have also not disturbed the peace, and I have on file with Public Defender Kenneth Overwater right here to my left, a character letter from my former teacher proving that I've always been a well-behaved student, and have always gotten good grades and have no history of foul play or violence. which is still true to this day. The representation on the day of the arraignment on February 2024, who helped grant me my freedom on bond, has already stated on the record that I have no history of violent offenses, which is the truth. And I assume why I was granted my freedom from police custody. I would lastly like to say that on March 11, 2024, I was denied two main sources of evidence for my case via my personal FOIA request that would have easily shown my innocence. These two things are the mobile gas station cameras, and that will show the young boy already on the phone when I walked into the gas station. But either way, I was not at all acting out of the ordinary or belligerent. I was nothing but kind to everyone in that store. And I'm nothing but peaceful, and I'm saddened that I've been accused of behaviors that are not true. And I would like to exclaim that I'm a victim of a false 911 police call when I had no idea I only know that because of the police report that I got after the fact. I humbly ask both the prosecutor and the judge that this case be dismissed because I have school and I have church to attend, and my college studies have already began on August 26th at the community college. And I'm asking you to grant me my justice from this, taking up my time, because my time is very valuable to my community. And I would once again like to motion to settle this case for full dismissal in a speedy manner, because this case has already been in default judgment since the date of March 7, 2024, and I yield.
All right, so that we know that the review of the court's file, I've heard everything that the defendant has said. Court's review of the file, that none of the requests to adjourn were at the request of the people. It was always at the request of the defense in terms of a delay in these proceedings. Secondly, I do not need a response from the people. If I consider that a motion to dismiss, that motion to dismiss is denied. Where do we need to go now, Mr. Overwater?
Just be asking for an adjournment of the probable cause conference.
Any objection from the people?
No, Your Honor, I have offered a misdemeanor offer of one count of attempt resisting obstructing the police. I'll leave that offer open to the next CCC.
September 19th, 2024, 9 a.m. Business matter. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
If I can take the letter back.
Court calls the case, People versus James Lawrence.
The Overwater Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Mr. Lawrence, but not with him.
Valentine, here for confirmation of that jury trial that's scheduled for the 18th and 19th. So the question is to I see that you filed several motions, had a time to kind of look at generally, looks like there are some motions about evidence in there that need to be heard at the time we start trial. So we'll do that. Otherwise, all the rest we'll just hear the day of trial, get that figured out. Are you prepared to go to trial on the 18th and 19th?
No, I'm still waiting for some documents from the Office of Assigned Counsel, a request for stipulated facts, the case transcripts, bonds, and bar numbers of the individuals of the case.
Okay, let me ask you, how is that going to impact your defense at trial?
Because I need to go over the documents and the case transcripts, things that I've submitted and things that have been done by government officials in the case previously.
But what does it have to do with your defending against the charge? That's what I'm trying to figure out. So that may be something that you want to, I'm not sure what you want to do with that. If you're thinking that there's governmental misconduct or ineffective assistance of counsel, or you want to make a bar complaint or something.
All of the above.
Yeah, that doesn't impact the issues as to bringing a trial forth on the charges.
Well, it does, because I'm going against the state, and the state's governmental misconduct is a direct effect of how the case is turning out.
Okay, so let's put that aside. Would you be ready to present your defense?
Once I get those documents, I will be able to.
Okay, all right. And so those documents would be transcripts of the court records.
Yes.
And
a request for stipulated facts.
I don't know what that is. Stipulated facts. What do you mean by that?
I made a judicial notice over the facts of the case, of what I was trying to get straight with the prosecution, and none of those questions were answered, as far as the legal terminology that we're using.
So what they're charging you with, or what is it you want from the prosecutor?
There's a judicial notice I made. I'll have to see the transcripts to see exactly what I put on my judicial notice, but the terminology used by the court officials are misguiding. So I was trying to get an understanding or prosecution of what exactly is being meant by the legal terms being used.
I'm trying to figure that
For
out.
example, like the state of Washington and Washington State being two different things.
Okay, they're not. I see that you may think they are, but effectively in law, they're not. It's not an issue here. Let me just kind of look at some of the things you filed and see. Okay, so, all right, transcript of past hearings. Something from the prosecutor that I can't quite figure out. You want information about the previous attorneys that may have represented you for a short
Yeah, I
period of
wanted the
time?
communication between previous counsel and the prosecution, the case transcripts and the bonds on record and oaths of office.
Okay, of the oaths of office of the prosecutor, who?
You and the prosecutor and for the attorneys that I previously had.
Well, for me, you could just go to the auditor, state auditor, or in the city or the county auditor. They have everything there. Prosecutors, you can always ask the prosecuting attorney's office. I don't
With
find
the
that.
office of assigned counsel can't provide me with that.
You can certainly, yeah, ask them too. Ask them for their people, what they have. I can't say.
Okay,
what
yeah,
that-
I haven't got a response yet. I've sent the email, I've called them and sent the email.
All right, so again, you're representing yourself. Still trying to figure out how those are impediments to,
Because even though I'm
Making this
representing
more.
myself, the court is still obligated to provide legal assistance.
the court isn't supposed to provide legal assistance to either side of you. We're supposed to make sure things are done right and fairly. I can't assist you in your trial. That would be wrong because I can't assist the state either in their trial.
Don't I have a constitutional right to counsel?
You do, and we did appoint Thurston County Public Defense at one point.
So yes, they are appointed to provide legal assistance for me.
Yeah, and so,
When I put in my motion, I said that I didn't want to be represented, but I still wished to have legal assistance.
yeah,
I just
well,
don't want anyone speaking for me.
so you want standby counsel is what we would generally call it. Someone who would pretty much sit in the audience, and if you wanted to step back and ask a question of them, you could ask a question of them. A lawyer from Thurston County Public Defense. That's pretty much the utmost of what a standby counsel does. Is that what you're asking for? Because
I'm asking for legal assistance. It's my understanding that I have a constitutional right to counsel.
sure.
And so I'm asking that the state in some manner provide me with someone who will assist me with my legal affairs. I don't want to be represented or deceived into taking someone else's opinion of how to handle things.
You don't get to kind of pick and choose how it's done. We've appointed counsel at one point, then you didn't want to do that. I could potentially, and I can't speak for the Office of Assigned Counsel. You know, they're the executive branch government. I don't run their office. I simply find if someone is indigent or qualifies for public defense and say, yes, they can have one, and then that agency takes over. But at this stage, so
When I was made pro se, that is what Judge Brent Buckley had discussed. He said that I wouldn't have counsel represent me,
yeah,
but that I had legal assistance. I
so
communicated with Office of Assigned Counsel. They assigned me someone,
they did.
yeah, to help
Okay.
me. So
I didn't know
as
that.
far as I knew, that's what was going on.
All right, have you talked then? I'm kind of wondering why someone's on here. All right, so since that you need to, have you had contact with that person since
Yes,
that
it's someone with the
appointment?
last name Thomas. I don't have it written down, but yeah, I've called and sent him some emails. I got him from the supervisor.
Mr. O'Connor?
Yeah, Mr. O'Connor,
Okay.
yes. He told me
All right.
someone, I think Alex Thomas or something like that, was
Okay,
someone he referred me to, and I've contacted them, but I haven't got a response back from them.
and when was that?
This was just before I got out of jail, so
Just the end of last month?
yeah.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Okay, or beginning. All right, well, so, all right, so we're like 10 days to trial. You haven't talked to the attorney that's public defense has provided for legal assistance. And so is that part of why you're
Yes,
not
ma'am.
ready to go? Okay,
Yeah.
because that makes more sense to me. All right, well, let me turn to Mr. Abid, who's representing the state on that issue.
State would have no objection to a short set over, Your Honor.
All right, so now, just so you understand, you're asking for a continuance. It's a fair request. I would find what we call good cause for that request. But that would put us into an excluded period under the time for trial rules. And we would set another confirmation date, and we would set it, actually, we'd set a motion date, confirmation date. Let me look at these motions. Motion date, confirmation date, and a jury date. We'd send those to you in the mail. And if you'd like a text message reminder, we'd send you one of those too. And then gonna go on the process. And then at that point, then you contact, I would think you would want to contact Mr. O'Connor's office and be sure that you can hook up with the person you need to and discuss all of this with them and then be back. But we're going to set that motion hearing so that we have everything done. Now you filed everything. You filed a lot of motions. You've got everything filed. State needs to respond, and then the court will hear from both sides and make a decision.